So we're all on a journey, one with curves, detours, and road construction ahead, trying to figure out ways to make math meaningful for students. It's important that we mentor experienced teachers and tell them the stories of teaching. At some point in one's teaching career, there comes a time to give back for all that was given to you and to pass along to others the professional knowledge learned along the journey. Networking and collaboration can make it possible for all students to have access to a rigorous and meaningful math curriculum. NCTM, as a teacher, NCTM gave me my teaching ideas, NCSM gave me leadership skills, and the National Board gave me a chance to reflect on my practice. So how did my journey begin? How many of you recognize that book? Okay, I was a child in the California elementary schools, and this was my 8th grade book. I was influenced by the new math curriculum of the 60s. I loved puzzles, and this was a puzzle to me out of that book. How many of our 8th graders today have access to similar puzzles? People influenced me. Ruth taught me about manipulatives and conceptual understanding, and I had the unique opportunity to work with math education researchers, studying classroom culture and examining student discourse. From books and journals, I searched for and incorporated materials, replacing routine lessons in my textbook with more engaging ones, but I spent hours in the evening finding those materials to put into my lessons. I found my own teaching engagement when the IMP books came out, no longer spending hours finding replacement materials on my own. This was my own, again, new math of the 90s. My IMP students, I loved them. They were bright and engaged. They were regular education, but yes, they were special education as well. They liked that math made sense, and they were given time to solve problems. This was one of the activities in IMP 1 that they were studying, and now you'll see some video of how they're interacting with the materials. Again, quick video. Listen fast.
We divided 27 by 1,100.
Tell me why you did that.
Because that's how much they started with, that's how many days went by when they ended.
So what were you trying to find?
How much you spend a day, yeah.
Where'd the 1,100 come from?
Oh, that's how much she started with.
Good. And why a subtract sign?
Because that's how much she's getting rid of.
These were both special education students. In fact, one of them was in a really low-level special education class. And he really loved to problem solve, and we don't think that these students can. Elementary math methods. My journey and stories have informed my math method students, where I try to engage them with manipulatives, conceptual understanding, and classroom discourse. Tell me what's going on there.
I know there's a rule that if you want to fractions, switch it to switch the second numbers, the numerator and the denominator, and you can multiply them across, but I don't know why.
But you don't know.
I failed this 5 times in 5th grade because I was asking all of these questions, and all I kept getting was that it's a rule.
That's exactly
and
right.
After 5 times, I finally memorized the rule, and now I can't. I have to divide fractions. But 5 times, I never failed anything in my life until 5th grade.
I want to start them off differently. Some big ideas. When I started teaching, it was all stand and deliver, but what I learned was that I needed to have the kids stand and deliver. We need to reconfigure roles, relationships, and practices in a high school math class. We need to have children see that math is a puzzle that needs to be discovered. These are my students.
That's right. Just right.
Oh, good job!
All right.
Where's your journey leading you? Think about the influences you've had in your life and think about how you're going to apply those in your classroom or with your teachers. Think about all the stories you could tell. Think about how to give back for all you've learned from others and make mathematics instruction meaningful for students. We don't take this journey on our own, so I want to thank those of you in this room that have accompanied me on my own journey.